Hey, I'm Brian from DADAROOTCG. I'm just gonna document, and this is gonna be the start of my journey of starting my own business and the life of everything that goes on around it. Um, Here I have a couple of things I want to talk over on our first YouTube video. Keep in mind, I've never done any of this stuff, so this is all learning progress. Y'all's feedbacks appreciate it, even though if you want to make some comments and stuff, talk shit, it's all good. I have thick skin. So the first few things I'm going to talk about is how I got started, my goals, what brought me to TCG, what I enjoy about TCGs, what should you expect from my videos, the frequency of our videos, thanking some people that got me into this stuff, and what made me want to see where this whole adventure goes. So how I got started, like most of us in TCGs, I got started as a kid, probably like middle school, high school, playing Yu-Gi-Oh with my cousins. We built those like starter decks that had like the three. It was Kaiba and Yugi's starter deck, and then I think Joey's came along. Got into that. We go to a local game store, build, play against each other. Needless to say, my cards ended up getting stolen at school, and then my mom said no more. So that was kind of like the end of that tenure. So that was the end of that spiel. Further in life, I tried to have my kids play with me in TCG. So we got that, I think it was Friday Night Magic thing for 5 players or whatever. Trying to teach 3 people that never played a TCG was insane, and myself too. I've never played Magic, so that was a good 4 to 5 hour one match game. That I was like, I think we're good. So we decided, yeah, it was a nice game night for us, but I don't think it was worth the whatever. It wasn't worth it. Then for some reason, I started looking up trading card games that would be easy for us to play, and Disney Lorcana came up, and I think either it had just came out or it has been out for a few weeks, and I was like, oh snap, let's go try to buy some of these packs and learn how to play with the starter decks and stuff. But it was all sold out. I don't know if any of y'all know or tracking the situation with Disney Lorcana. The first chapter, it was like impossible to find, but luckily, like, this is where I got introduced to my first game store, my local game store, and their policy was you play there and you get packs, and they had the starter deck. So the next weekend, all 4 of us went over there and learned how to play, and the community was nice and taught us how to play. And then we ended up being half of the game store's traffic, because we were there almost every single week, and we ended up just falling in love with that game, and that was my buy-in back into the TCG realm. And we did that for years, and then we had my son, so then we stopped for a bit, all 4 of us going, and we kind of just put a pause for that. And then I went on parental leave to take care of my son, but it was mainly my wife. But I just got bored at the house, and me and my oldest son decided to get back into it. So we ended up buying back in, and I think this was probably like either set 6 or 7, and I had missed maybe 2 sets. So we ended up just buying all the cards, made our decks, and then we just went back. So we got back in sometime last year or the year before, I don't remember, but we got back in, started playing, and then again life happened, so I had to step away for a couple of months. And then I realized like I really enjoyed it, and we started buying like collections and not Lorcana cards, of course, Lorcana cards, but Enchanted. I ended up spending, like, I think just being at home, I had a lot to do, but I think I spent like $4,000 in like 3 sets of Enchanted. I think it was 5, 6, and 7 all Enchanted. Spirit of Elsa first chapter, I think it was a PSA 9 for, like, at the time it was like $500. Rockstar Stitch, the promo, I think I spent like $250. I'm saying all this stuff because it's gonna be the reason why I ended up moving towards trying to be a TCG online store. So I spent all that money. Let's say it was like $4,000. I don't remember the price, but I found somebody on Facebook to sell like a whole set to me. So I ended up buying her from them for like 2 to 3 times, and then yeah, we got back into it. But needless to say, TCG, anyone, is an expensive hobby, especially if you want to be competitive, especially if you want your son to be competitive and enjoy it. So I realized that at the time I had like 8 sets, or not 8 sets, I'm sorry, 8 copies of each card, because my wife and daughter also played. So I was like, hey, I want y'all to be competitive too. So I was dropping a lot of money on this. So it ended up being like, hey, I don't need all these cards anymore. So then I started selling them, and I was like, where can I sell them at? I tried Facebook, but that was just too slow. So I got introduced to TCG Player, started selling all my cards, and I think my first card I sold was a Maleficent Monsters Dragon for like 15 bucks. And I think that was the first card I sold, and I was like, it was like 10 o'clock p.m. and I got the notification that we sold it. I got up right away and I packaged it up and then put it into the envelope. I didn't even know, I think we handwritten their address, and yeah, I think we handwritten everything, and I don't even remember how I packaged it, but now I do sell cards online. Now I transitioned from TCG Player to eBay. I just like the workflow better. It's a lot easier for me, and I think the margins are a little better. But yeah, that was my first sale, and so I started selling all the 4X copies of all the cards I had, and I made quite a bit of money there. So then I was like, hey, we could like buy these cards when we're done with them, sell them, and use that money for the next set. And that's pretty much how all this started. So now I also sell singles on eBay. At DADAROOTCG is the eBay store. We've started with all Lorcana, and I pretty much have like almost everything from chapter 1 to set 12, just like rares and above. I don't really sell commons because it's just a space issue. Like I have probably like 12,000 commons and uncommons in the attic. I don't know what to do with, but yeah, I just don't want to sell that stuff. So yeah, but right now we have like the rares and above. Of course, the legendaries and stuff is gonna sell, so it's probably not stocked. But when a new set comes out, we usually post a lot of cards for sale. All duplicates, of course. Let's see, what was I selling? Cards, duplicates. So Magic the Gathering. We got introduced, or I got introduced to that again to actually learn how to play. From coworkers, they started playing Commander, and they're like, hey, I was like, I don't got cards. They're like, dude, we got decks, and these people had like 12 to 15 decks, and I'm like, okay, cool. They're like, do you know how to play? I was like, I know how to play Lorcana, so if it's anything similar than that, like, I'll just make references and stuff. And they're like, yeah, cool, whatever. So I played, and I think it's funny, is the first deck I had, I beat them, and then they're just like, okay, so you do know how to play? I was like, no, I just know how to play Lorcana. Like, I'm a very competitive person, and I really enjoy building decks. So like, I enjoy the pre-releases because that's usually where I get to show the deck building skills. As far as like meta stuff, I just honestly, I'm be honest, I just go with whatever's best and play it, and then tweak some stuff like most people in competitive do. But I really like to show the pre-release. That's where I shine. Like I love building decks. But needless to say, I found that Magic the Gathering sells a lot better than Lorcana. That's just what the info has told me. Like the commons and uncommons that I'm able to find, and scanning, and just to profit. Like I sell about 15 to 20-ish cards a day, and like 80% are probably from Magic the Gathering. And what's weird is that I never really see, like the collections I buy, I don't really see like duplicates of the cards. It's all something different. So I know there's over excess of 30,000 cards. So like when me and my wife are packaging up the orders, it's like, oh, look at this card. It's pretty cool. But yeah, so now I've kind of transitioned to the seal. I want to kind of buy more Magic and do that for singles, because it seems to make more. But I will always, I guess, whatever I play, I'm gonna open, and then the leftovers I just post for sale so we can use it for the next release or whatever. But that's the singles part of the business. I think that's pretty much summarized how I got started. Um, goals to goals. Oh, I got written here as goals. My goal now is I started online. Well, I started the business in March, and then we just continue to sell stuff on eBay. I just realized like the amount I was selling, I probably shouldn't just be doing this as a hobby. So I separated the funds and made the LLC, and now I'm in business and I just solely like have funds for the business account. And I got started in March, and then just like I guess 2 weeks ago, I made the website, and now I'm trying to sell sealed Magic the Gathering products there. The main goal of that store and the whole goal now, my short-term goal is going to be to get distribution and start, I guess, get better prices, because right now I'm just hunting on eBay, TCG Player, looking at markets, and somebody posts something for sale that's like 10 to 15% off. I'll buy it, and then I sell it. But that takes a lot of work. So I enjoy doing it, but I don't think my wife enjoys me talking about and researching all the time. So hopefully the next goal, the short-term goal, and short-term for me is 6 to 12 months to get distribution. What brought me to TCG again? So I kind of went over that in my intro of who I am, but what brought me into TCG again was playing Lorcana with the family and having fun doing that. And like, I kid you not, at one point we were going Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays every weekend for about 6 months, just going to play. I'd come home from work, we'd make changes to our deck, and then we had like 30 minutes to make it. So that was a lot of fun. So that's what really brought me back. We enjoy the thrill of the chase of opening packs and hunting for the chase cards, right? So the next topic is what I enjoy about it is opening the packs. It seems like, well, every set, you know, from Lorcana, we buy like 2 to 3 cases of Lorcana, and we open them up here, and like we just do like a little pack battle of who gets the rare. Like, so there's a rare slot, there's 2 rare slots, or I guess the last 3 slots are, it's a rare, and then anything that's a foil. So we just like flip the cards and see who got the better rare. So it's a rare, super rare, epic, enchanted, legendary, so on and so forth. So that's our little game that we play to see who gets the highest rarity of the flip. And then the chase cards, I mean, like last set my son opened up the iconic Buzz, and if you follow anything with Lorcana, you know how that card has skyrocketed, and we ended up selling it for about 12 to 1300. So that's a little heartache, you know, with the prices that are going there. But that was fun, and it just seems like the kids end up pulling the enchanted cards, and we just cheer them on. But it's still fun when any of us pull one and we all scream and stuff like that. What should you expect from my videos? So honestly, it's gonna be business advice, the journey of what I got going on here, how my workflows, how I've scaled them to be more efficient. And that's one thing is that I like to always tinker with, is how can I make this more efficient? And when I find something more efficient, you know, my wife just hears me blabble on about like, hey, we could do this, and she just, it sometimes just seems like, yup. Yeah, show me. And then, so yeah, and just one of those things of writing down addresses instead of thermal printing the address. That saves so much time, and we are already thermal printing the address, so now instead we can include a packing slip with the thermal printed slip, and so now that thermal printed slip just saved us time with packing and showing somebody their packing list. And then now I don't have to spend money on printer ink, even though it's like laser printer. Now I have one thing that I can buy abundance of, and this little $30 device, and has saved me a lot of time, and that's just one aspect of trying to save time in the business and sorting cards. Like now, the first time I got a big order on TCG Player, I think it took me like 4 to 5 hours to fill, and I think it was like 60 or like it was a 60 card, a 60 orders, and somebody had just like almost bought out the whole store, and one order had like 135 cards, and that took me almost 6 hours to complete. And now, if I were to get something like that, it'd probably take me like 40 minutes to complete. So that's just aspect of like how I value the time, and how I'm always looking for ways to cut on time. And then, I mean, just uploading cards, it used to take us hours to upload cards. Now I can upload cards like, I would say like 1,000 cards maybe in like 32 an hour with pricing them on eBay. And it's just, that's just some of the aspects of some of the videos I'll bring. Other things of like, hey, opening boxes, trying to pull the expected value, showing pack openings, just videos of that nature. And then of course anything that y'all feel that y'all want to know more about the business side, like my ups and downs, and hey, I'm ordering all this product, it comes in, I'll show y'all what I bought, and then showing it get uploaded to my website. Yeah, we built the website over the weekend. It took us like, well, it took me like four days working on it, like almost nonstop, like 20-hour days. But yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna pay Shopify $40 a month for it. So yeah, I learned a new skill, but I don't know if it was worth my time. We'll see. But yeah, that's something along those lines of building a website from scratch and learning how to do that. Frequency of videos, I'm gonna try to do 1 to 2 videos a week, long form content. And then the family and I will probably try to do some shorts, like opening packs, because they love it. So instead of us just going through one whole day opening like 200 packs, we could probably spread that out. I know a lot of people do it. I don't care. It's fun. And the kids want to do that. So we'll do that. And other shorts, I have no idea. Y'all probably see like us. I will say the kids always pull in Enchanted. So you'll see a video of us like screaming our heads off when they pull it. So the next thing that's going to happen is next week, July 17th, I think, is when, Friday, whatever Friday is. But the new set comes out for Lorcana, and we'll be a part of that, opening packs. And I got, I think, 3 cases this time, and I think I may go down and get another 2 just to try to sell, like 3 cases for us and then 2 for the business to just have there for people to buy. So the frequency of videos, back to that, I just go on a tangent. So 1 to 2 a week, and then try to do a couple of shorts a day, maybe 1 or 2 a day, consistently try to do that. I'm towards the end of my checklist. Oh, never mind, I got like 4 things, sorry. What made me want to see where this goes? Oh, this goes back to the $4,000 of investments. Because my wife didn't see it as an investment, she saw it as a waste, but I proved her wrong. So just recently, I would say maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago, I think 3 weeks ago, Lorcana just had a boom, and I think some of the investors from Pokémon came over right around the time when that iconic buzz was pulled, and I think that's probably what brought a lot of investors, is that Toy Story drop. I ended up selling all those cards that we ended up buying for about $4,000, and we made probably like, well, revenue came in probably like $9,000 to $10,000, and with all the fees and shit from eBay, it was probably like close to $8,000-ish. And I was like, that was the big eye opener of like, dang, like we made money, and it wasn't just a, hey, I'm making $1 off of a card, every card I sell, whatever, right? We actually made some big money, and I'm like, man, like all I did was buy some cards and leave them in my collection for a year and sell them when the time was right. So I was like, this seems a little too easy. So, and I know it's like markets come, bull markets and bear markets, but I mean, that's like what Rudy says, as long as you don't, Rudy from Alpha Investments, if y'all don't know, if what he says, as long as you don't sell it, you don't take the loss. So as long as you hold it, eventually you'll get your money back. It's just time, and that's all it is time. How long you're gonna hold it, how long you can afford to hold it. So yeah, we ended up selling that stuff and made that profit, and I just started thinking this can be more. And so that's what really the motivation came from, is that little 3 week window of us selling all these big cards and making that, and that's what made me want to transition into just doing this full time of selling sealed product now. And so I haven't really sold any sealed product, but I do have a lot of sealed product. The website is up in the back, you can probably see, but I haven't posted it all. That's probably, I just been working on other things of this business, but I'll probably upload the full inventory already, and have sealed on there. But yeah, that was just the main focus of, like, we made a lot of money and I enjoy this stuff. I enjoy tinkering with the workflows, researching markets and all this stuff. So it's our hobby, my son and I's hobby, and when I come home after work, I just divulge in this. It's not, I don't see it as a job. It's just fun to me to try to make money, which is, I guess, weird. I don't know. So I just want to thank some of the YouTubers, because all this stuff, all my ideas come from research or watching. I don't even want to show y'all the amount of YouTube hours I watch. And YouTube is where I like get all my information from, where I learn a lot of stuff from. And it's like, YouTube's like my library. You go to the library, you go learn some stuff or whatever. But YouTube is how I do research. And the main people that I've stumbled upon that really helped me was Alpha Investments and Rudy RNG Games. He's the one that pretty much showed me how to package orders and how to make things more efficient. And then Pokémon, he just has a different view on business, and he's mainly Pokemon. But he just put out a video, I guess yesterday or the day before, and it was like, how I can make you a millionaire. And he laid out the blueprint, and I guess that was the video that kicked me to start all this, the YouTube and social media stuff, because I believe I have a blueprint already in place. I just need the aspect of the social media stuff. So that's why I decided to make my first video today. So yeah, thanks Pokemon. Probably won't see this, but yeah, you're the reason why. Last two things. So the comments, if you right now, I mean, I got 0 subscribers or whatever, so I'm pretty sure it'll be very easy to respond to y'all. So I'll be responding in the comments, and then any video ideas you would like to hear about. Like I said, I've started selling singles. If you want to know, that's where I'm really good at, is right now selling singles and the workflow and scanning and yeah, looking for product. That's where I'm really good at right now, but hopefully we transition to a whole TCG thing of sealed and singles complementing each other. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my first video. I'm gonna get off, but yeah, this is Brian from DADAROOTCG. My website is DADAROOTCG.com, and then my eBay store is DADAROOTCG. Thank you.